At Wind River Resort and Casino, we like to celebrate life's little moments. Oh, and the big ones too, because around here, when you're completely in the moment, that's when the magic happens. Come in and find your moment at Wind River Resort and Casino.
It was off to a good start, and I thought it was off to a good start, and then I went ahead and forgot to put on my microphone. Hey, what do you know? Let's get to it, and let's start this off again. So, as I was saying, as I was trying to do a nice little smooth opening to the show, didn't get to do it. All right, so here's from your Divine Sky Cam, and this is looking at our sunset from yesterday. Now, as expected, most of the showers are in the mountains. Now, this is looking to the north. You see those showers working their way into the valley? You see the streaks from those clouds? That's the rain, but it didn't survive its trip down the mountains, and as a result, we stayed dry in the valley, but those added clouds did make for a beautiful, beautiful sunset, that is. It's sunrise now, but it's sunset now. Absolutely gorgeous. And speaking of sunrise, what's going on here? Why is that? Oh my goodness, what is going on with me today? I know what happened. Okay, give me a second, because I want to show you the camera. I mean, I love it. I was, hey, look how smooth I am, and I'm going to do a cool little show here. Oh, you know what? I did the same thing. No, there we go. All right, well, there it is. Good morning. Happy Tuesday to you. It's not even a Monday, and it feels like a Monday because, well, I'm screwing everything up here. That's weird. I don't know. What's this? Is this a time lapse? Give me a second, folks. I don't know what's going on. My computer's giving me all kinds of stupid stuff. All right, that's a live shot, but that one's not. That's what I hate about this computer. I can have the same file name for something, but they're two different files. They're two different slides. I didn't. Okay, there we go. Hey, good morning to you all. How's it going? I'm actually know what I'm doing here. All right, so let's start all over. Tell you what, because it's going to be more fun that way, and it'll look better. Here you go. Good morning. Happy Tuesday to you all. I'm Chief Meteorologist. How you doing this morning? I hope you're having a good start to your day. Hey, let's take a look at a time lapse from our Divine Sky Cam. This is looking to the north. Now, as expected, the showers stayed to the north, but you see the streaks from those clouds? They didn't make their way to the ground in the valley. They didn't survive the trip down the mountains as expected. And it just made for a beautiful sunset, but no rain in the valley. Speaking of sunsets, let's talk about the sunrise this morning. Look at that, number one. You'll notice no clouds this morning. Kind of a sign of things to come over the days to come. You look off in the distance there, you can see beautiful Mount Shasta and some of the beautiful colors coming in this morning. And of course, the sponsor this morning of our Divine Camera is this guy right here. Thank you, Kenny. This is a beautiful shot from your restaurant, Divine Restaurant. If you haven't had a chance to get out there, by the way, awesome, awesome food. I've been there a couple of times. Awesome. You got to get out there. Some of the best food you'll get in town. And some of the best views you'll get in town for the restaurant as well. So good morning to you, Kenny. Hey, by the way, we've got to get those other cameras up. Got to see what's going on with those. So I'll be in contact with you maybe this morning and see if we can get that expedited and get the other cameras up. That should be exciting. All right, what do you say we get to our Krueger's Quickcast this morning? And we are going to be talking about drier conditions in the days to come. Now this morning, as you saw, we are seeing those clear skies, making for a cool start to the day for some of the higher elevations. And even in the valley, we're in the mid to upper 40s this morning. Now, out the door this morning, getting the kids off to school, you're heading off to work, mainly clear skies. Now, there will be some clouds along the north coast. I'd say maybe even a little bit of fog there, but otherwise, It looks like everything should be fairly dry to start off the day, but that will eventually change as we go later this afternoon. Let's take a look at the HRRR forecast model, and as we go through midday, see the afternoon clouds developing in the higher elevations, and then maybe some showers and thunderstorms popping up. Now, most of the activity, I think, will be in the northern Sierra. We could see a few pop-ups in western Tehama, Glenn County, even southern Trinity County, and maybe even a stray sprinkle or light shower for parts of Siskiyou and Modoc counties. But as we go into tonight, that all shifts down to the south and dries out, because the driving force for these showers are essentially going to be the sunny skies, right? And once the sun sets, we lose that energy. But there you can see as we go through the afternoon, the wind's not all that bad. Generally variable winds for the valley at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. It's warming up. We're going to be back in the mid to even upper 70s in the valley, and temperatures in the 50s and many 60s for the higher elevations. For tonight, we're in the mid 40s, mid to upper 40s for the valley, 30s and 40s for the higher elevations, and low to mid 40s for the coast tonight. All right, there's a look at your 7-day outlook, and it's going to be dry for the valley through the weekend. But then by Monday, we're talking about a chance for some showers, and we'll get into that in the deeper dive forecasting here in just a bit. The coast may see it as early as Sunday, as well as the inland areas, and for the mountains, including Trinity County, a continued chance for showers again will make their way back to the forecast by the weekend and even into early next week. All right, let's look at your Krueger's Quickcast. Let's take another look at our Divine Sky Cam here. Beautiful shot here overlooking Redding, the Sacramento River off in the distance there, and way off in the distance is beautiful Mount Shasta. Gotta love it. All right, taking a look at Lake Oroville, looking right at the sun as it's coming on up, making for a nice shot there. Looking out at Lake Oroville, here's Main Street Chico. Looks like traffic is flowing along there just nicely, although it looks like we have a frozen shot there, as well as Highway 99 at Neal Road. We got some decent traffic flow there. Nothing to be concerned about as far as traffic is concerned. And you can see a beautiful sunrise out of Crescent City. Some of the clouds out there this morning. Let's go ahead and take a look now at Bald Hill West. This is looking down at Hoopa Valley. No fog for you, just the overcast skies, but those clouds should dissipate later on today. And a beautiful shot of Mount Shasta coming in from our Soda Ridge camera. Lots of sunshine out there this morning up in Siskiyou County. Of course, turning into some part of the cloudy skies later this afternoon. Fort Jones out in Scott Valley, you are seeing mainly clear skies out there this morning. And Lassen Volcanic National Park, now the snow has melted off the bench for our benchmark of what the snow is looking like. So we're seeing more and more of that snow melt, and we'll continue to do so over the days to come because it's going to be getting warmer. Hey, we can't forget about our sponsor, Wind River Resort and Casino. At Wind River Resort and Casino, enjoy friendly service, a wide variety of specials and promotions, plus all of your favorite slots and table games, and a lot of great entertainment going on in the coming months. This is the next event that they've got going on. It's the Mother's Day Sunday Brunch. It's for Sunday, May 10th. You got to get your tickets. You got to reserve it. If you just show up, you may not be able to make it. So be sure. They've got seating for 9 a.m., 11:30 a.m., and 2 p.m. Get your tickets now before they sell out. That's out at Wind River Resort and Casino. And in June, they've got the 12th annual Bacon and Brew Fest. You can get your tickets early there as well, so be on the lookout for that. Once again, I want to thank Wind River for their support of Coffee with Krueger. All right, let's get you your weather headlines. Isolated mountain showers, possible thunderstorms through Wednesday, mainly dry and warmer. Valley for the valley and north coast. Warming trend this week. It's going to get a lot warmer by Thursday, and then slightly cool and unsettled going into the weekend. All right, let's get into that deeper dive forecast, shall we? And we're really going to get into what we expect as we go into the weekend. But again, I want to take a look at our time lapse from yesterday evening. So there's the rain to our north that worked its way southward toward us as we're looking north. You see the streaks in the clouds? That's the rain, but you see how it all just evaporated and dissipated by the time it made its way here, and that's why we didn't see any rainfall. And that's what was expected. It was expected to stay in the mountains, but try to work its way in the valley, but couldn't quite make it, so it did remain dry. It looked a little overcast. It looked like pretty intimidating yesterday evening, if you may recall.
But it did make for a beautiful sunset yesterday evening for sure. Temperatures mid to upper 40s right now in the valley. Look at El Tourist. You're cold this morning at 27 degrees. Upper 40s, low 50s for the coast. We got that ridge of high pressure. That's what's building in. That's why we got the mainly clear skies out there this morning. But we're still going to see, if you look at the spine of the Sierra, afternoon showers and thunderstorms popping up, especially for the Sierra. Otherwise, we're looking at that high pressure really taking shape. But as we take a look at the long range, here's a look at Saturday. You see this area of low pressure right here? The positioning of this low is going to be key to our forecast starting as early as Friday. And I say that because if you look at Saturday, and I'm going to stop this because I meant to stop this a little bit earlier. Give me a second here, folks. I wanted to kind of really communicate this. And I was going to do it from here, and I'll just kind of talk over it because unfortunately I didn't have the where I needed it to stop. So here's Friday. Now again, what I want to show you is this. This is a trough of low pressure that's developing. Now, if this decides to shift a little bit more down to the south and develop even stronger as early as Friday, that would mean more rain coming into the forecast by Friday. But as of right now, the GFS and even the European forecast model has this trough of low pressure in place, but no rain just yet because it's not quite developed and it's not quite in place for it to bring us any rainfall. But then, as we take you into your Saturday and Sunday, let's take you into the weekend here. All right, so there's a look at Saturday, right? See the rain developing and see the closed off low? See that circle? That circle right here is the area of low pressure and of course the rain that we're seeing associated with that. All right, so now we're going to advance into time into Sunday. Now it's to the south and we're seeing some showers on Sunday and then it will start to push inland on Monday, and that's going to bring us a chance for showers by the time we do get into your Monday. All right, so I apologize for that rawness of that, but I really wanted to illustrate that because things get interesting when we look at futurecasts. So remember, the GFS and the European forecast model were basically showing dry conditions and not very aggressive with that area of low pressure until Saturday, Sunday, seeing the rain move in, and especially in the mountains. But take a look at Futurecast. All right, first let's start off with the next couple of days. Today, here's noon. See the clouds developing much like yesterday. You're going to see those clouds developing in the higher elevations. Showers, possible thunderstorms, especially for the northern Sierra. But some of those could work their way, at least a stray shower for parts of Modoc County, maybe even parts of Siskiyou County. Now, southern Trinity, western Tehama and Glenn County could see some activity there in the mountains, kind of the coastal range, right? And look at this. It's actually picking up on a little bit of activity now in northern Trinity County. So Trinity County, not out of the question for you to maybe see a stray shower later this afternoon. But once the sun sets, that's all gone. Now, another round of clouds coming in for Wednesday afternoon, but you'll notice not much in the way of rain. So we're really drying things out even for the mountains for your Wednesday. Although the northern Sierra could still see some activity Wednesday as well as Thursday, but you'll notice here we are dry. But again, Friday, remember Friday from the GFS and the Euro, dry. Check this out. We're going to go and see how this model, what it's doing is it's picking up on that low pressure, but farther to the south and more established. If that's the case, this is what's going to happen. But this is an outlier. This model here is an outlier. And I'm not 100% sold on this solution. But here's the thing that I'm going to mention. The fact that it's picking up on this, we've got to, keep an eye on those things. So for now, I'm keeping Friday dry. But do note that on my radar, so to speak, I'm going to be watching for the potential of this occurring. So we'll see. But as of right now, dry through Friday, and then eventually more showers, especially for the mountains over the weekend. In the meantime, we talk about the temperatures going up and down, that roller coaster ride, right? Upper 80s by Thursday. They start to dip mid 70s by Monday, Tuesday. That's when we see the better chances for those showers moving in, and then we start to see those temperatures tick back up through next week. Now, the lake levels, unfortunately, the data was missing this morning, so I couldn't give you the latest data, so this is as of yesterday, but no big changes. We're still over 100% of that historical average. And the wave heights will increase a little bit today and even more so for your Wednesday. As of right now, there are no small craft advisories, but certainly something to pay attention to if you need to be on that small boat with those north winds today eventually increasing out of the north at about 10 to 15 knots. Here's your neighborhood forecast sponsored by Dignity Health and Grange Co-op. Let's take a look at that Trinity County forecast, shall we? Temperature is mainly in the 70s. Now, we saw in Futurecast the potential for a stray sprinkle here and there, but you're mainly dry Trinity County, and then dry through Friday, chance for showers, even maybe a few thunderstorms over the weekend into early next week. Now, for the North Coast, I'm going to hold off on any rain for you until Sunday and into Monday before you start seeing those chances for showers. That's also the case for the inland areas, by the way. It's topping out at 80 degrees on Thursday. Thursday is the peak of the warming trend I've been talking about here. Now for Siskiyou County, maybe a stray shower today, otherwise dry Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Showers, possible thunderstorms over the weekend, and especially going into early next week. Same story for Modoc County. Maybe a stray sprinkle or shower today, otherwise dry through Friday, and temperatures dropping a bit going into next week. Eastern Mountains, chance for showers and thunderstorms today. We may see a sprinkle or two, maybe down towards southern Plumas County on Wednesday and Thursday, but otherwise dry. Better chances for those showers and thunderstorms over the weekend into early next week. Now for the valley, temperatures kind of working their way back up. I think Chico could get up to about 88 degrees on Thursday before they start to drop again, and that chance for showers by early next week. All right, let's take you up to the north, and there you can see 76 degrees for Redding, pretty much all the way down to Red Bluff, 76 in Palo Cedro, Anderson, about 77 degrees. Here's your 7-day forecast for Redding. Those temperatures are increasing up to the upper 80s by Thursday, and the temperatures starting to drop again on Monday. So again, I was talking about that potential for some showers working their way into the forecast on Friday. You saw that on Futurecast. You're not going to see that anywhere else. No one's going to talk about it. See, that's where I kind of come in. I got to show you all the cards that are on the table, right? You don't just see, sometimes some meteorologists have this theory that you got to just pick something and go with it and then tell people that's what's going to happen. That's not my style. My style is, hey, here are all of the cards that are on the table, and we've got to kind of make sense of it all, right? So as of right now, we saw that potential for rain coming in from our in-house forecast model on Friday. Could get interesting, right? However, there's nothing else out there that's saying that that's what's going to happen. So that's the outlier, if you will. We have these many times in these forecast models. You look at all the different forecast models, and sometimes you have these outliers that do something that's completely different than everybody else. So that's where things get a little tricky for us. So just note that Friday, if you have outdoor plans on Friday, most likely you'll be okay, but please note and keep it right here to Weather NorCal, because I'm going to keep you updated and informed as to whether or not that will happen on Friday. But as of right now, I'm keeping Friday dry in there this morning. All right, and then probably even through the day. I'll keep checking in the latest forecast throughout the day, noon, evening. I'll have the latest on that. And then, of course, tomorrow in the works, right? It's kind of funny. I'm so glad that you all do that for me, because sometimes I don't notice, but I did notice right away that my microphone was off. Yeah, we had Kenny Elwood this morning saying good morning, and we've also got Hannah Willis. Yep, Hannah Willis. How you doing? I don't think I've ever seen Hannah. Are you new? All right. Will it actually be high 80s, almost hitting 90 these next couple of days in Redding? Yes. I'd say upper 80. I mean, flirting. I always like to say flirting with the 90s. I don't think we're going to quite hit 90 yet, but it will be close. We'll see. But yeah, upper 80s. So get ready for some warmer weather. But the good news is it's not going to last for long. It's only for a day or two, and then it's going to be back in the 70s by low 80s by the weekend, upper 70s by next week. All right, folks, that's going to do it for us today. We have got, of course, more updates for you at noon, and then again this evening. Typically uploads by about 5 o'clock in the evening. So be sure to be on the lookout for that, for the latest on the forecast, because yes, there are things that we need to watch here, especially as we get closer to the weekend and go into the weekend. In the meantime, I'm going to leave you with some great photos. This one right here, photos, this is actually a camera, our Divine Sky Cam, Divine Restaurant, and that's from overlooking the Sacramento River and the Mount Shasta off the distance. Beautiful shot there. And be sure to check out Divine Restaurant too. They got some great food as well. All right, and great views, as you can see right here. That's going to do it for us this morning, folks. Have yourselves a great day. We'll see you bright and early tomorrow morning at 6:30 right here on Coffee with Krueger. Have a great one.